Sorry about the break in the video continuity. I had a program that jumped up on the smartphone and just took over, sort of like casinos do. It's their way or the highway. And a lot of people may not know this, but it's not illegal. It is absolutely legal to count cards. They're there just to protect their assets. They want every dime that they can sneak out of your pocket. Every dime. Then they want you to run to the ATM. And they're not going to give you a bargain there either. They want $6 to run the ATM to get your money out so you can go give it to them at another table. Unbelievable. But it is what it is. So anyway, I have come up with a program that works. I've looked at all kind of systems, and most of them are absolute scams and just fraudulent junk, page after page after testimony after testimony of how great it is and how wonderful and where you can go and spend your money and when you make all the money. And I look down at the videos and they're running 19, 20,000 likes and comments on there. So, I mean, a lot of the people don't know. They're looking for that little edge. They go ahead and send them $100, 150, get the phony little digital downloaded guide and play it their way. Well, I'm going to tell you what. If you could get that thing to work on a free play on the internet, that still tells you absolutely nothing, because those guys are crooks too. They're actually worse than the regular land-based casinos. I played them. It's not hard to see that they are gangsters. So I would recommend first that you always stay with the land-based casinos. At least you know what you're dealing with. But I've seen a lot of these things that people say, well, this works, and then you put this with that, and then do this, and sit back and watch how this happens, and then if you'll switch over here and do that, and then you find that when you take this wonderful system you developed and practiced, and you're all pumped up because it worked on the internet, you go to the casino and bam, it's like you're in the ring with Mike Tyson. They just knock you out, and you wonder, what the hell happened? What happened, man? The bells are ringing. All you know is that you're broke, the ATM's overloaded, you won't let you have any more, and you got just enough gas money or gas in the car to get home. Licked your wounds all the way home. Well, Nuke put an end into that. Now, is it an absolute perfect system that works every single time and you never lose any? No, it's not. There's nothing like that exists simply because of the math. They have an edge. Numbers don't lie. They have a mathematical advantage of about 6% over you. Well, let me tell you something. If you go through life and you're right 51% of the time and you're wrong 49%, you are absolutely going to be a winner. You're going to be well off. You're going to be able to retire in luxury. That's just the way it is. Now, look, the casinos have 6%, and they have a much bigger advantage over the newbies that don't know how to play basic blackjack strategy. Well, in my system, you see, I want you to be able to play basic strategy, and it's important that you know why. It's pretty much common sense, which isn't real common these days. But if you look at the basic strategy chart, it's pretty common. That it shows when a dealer has a bad hand, and regardless of what you have, are you going to hit it, or are you going to split it, or should you double down, or should you not? It's not that hard to get it down, but you do need to know basic strategy. My basic strategy is a different basic strategy than theirs. Not by a whole lot, but some of the things you absolutely must do in basic strategy, I won't let you do at all. Why? Because it exposes you to too much of an extent. You're reaching out a little bit too far. It's one thing to reach over the boat and try to net the fish, but If he's a little too far from the boat and you keep reaching, you're going to find yourself soaking wet in the lake or the ocean. So we don't want to reach out and do that. We want to protect the money we have, even if you got to fight them, man, like you're fighting a 2,000-pound marlin for 2 hours. Don't let it go. Don't let it go. That marlin is your bankroll. Don't let it go. Do everything that you can and follow the system until you get the booger aboard. That's payday. So it's very similar to that. I go into some of the systems that people say will work. I've tried them all. They don't work. They might work for 2 minutes, 2 days, but eventually you're going to get completely smoked and wiped out. I call them tsunamis. If you've ever been in a tsunami, you know how devastating that is, and I'm sure you've seen the ones on YouTube or TV, how devastating those are. Well, you know, like the martingale system where you keep doubling up until you win. They got you trapped. You know, if you take $100 and you double it, and it goes 2, 4, 8, 1,600, 3,200. Whoops! You can't go to 6,400 even to recoup your $100 you lost the first hand because they put a table limit. Is that just by chance, or did they have a way of figuring that out? Yeah, I'm thinking they had a way to figure that out, don't you know? If they had an unlimited table where they said, okay, Mr. Millionaire, we're glad to have you here in the high roller pit. We have taken the table limit off. They removed the sign. You can double up as far as you want to go. Well, think about it. If you got to 12,000, you double to 25, then to 50, then to 100,000, then to 200,000, then to 400. Even if you had the money, would you do that? Heck no. Why would you put $400,000 on their table to win back your first $100 bet? I mean, we could have an earthquake right in the middle of when you're waiting for the dealer to blow the cards out. And if you won, you won $100 and you wasted how much time to get there? No, folks, that's a loser. That's a loser. And a lot of people like progressive gambling. Well, I'm going to shock you here with this. My program is a progressive system, but it's extremely limited and has stopgap measures so you don't lose that marlin. Huh? Yeah, you might get really tired of fighting it. I wish to God he would get off the hook and take off, but that's life. Some days are rough when you go to work. Some days are wonderful. The difference is with this system of mine, you can have a horrible run at a table and have what I call a little mini tsunami. And it's not going to wipe you out. It's just going to be, $150, $200. Big deal. You're sitting there with people who are probably down $2,000, $4,000, $8,000, $10,000, $20,000 just trying to get part of it back so they can get out there and go home. They don't even want the cheese. They just want out the trap. They have had it. They're beat to death. They say they've learned their lesson. Some have, some have not. Most have not. They're going to be back next month with a big old pile of cash just to hand. Look, it's a lot easier, folks, just to make a check out and mail it to the casino and save all that time. Spend it with your family, your grandbaby, your dog, your ex-friend, ex-wife even. I was kidding. But look, the system I have is there, number one, to protect you. Be somewhat progressive so that you don't lose hand after hand after hand. But I have stop-gap measures built in that control it. Now, when this system's rolling, you're on a good table, you're going to make so much money so fast, you won't really care about that tsunami. Example, if you start off on a $15 table, you don't have to sit there too long. You have that thing up $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. Now, the little tsunami sneaks in, and they will come through and hit you. You might notice one dealer you were doing real well with, and he, claps his hands. He's out of there going on break, and some other dude steps in, and boy, he's wiping out everybody, hand after hand after hand after. Get out of there! Get the frick up and leave. Nothing else. Say, I'll be back, mark my spot, go to the bathroom, go get you a free Coca-Cola or something. But leave. Get out of there. People won't do it. They sit there, complain, slapping their chips, reaching in their pocket, bringing out more $100. Come on, man. It's your money. Oh, boy. Well, anyway, I sit there and watch it. I see people doing this all the time. So I've done everything in my power to allow for the loss, because it's going to happen. They've got a big advantage over us, even if you know perfect basic strategy. And, you want to make sure that that money is protected. If you take a little bit of a bump, big deal. You're up $2,000 and they rip you in a tsunami, you lost $205. Big deal, right? How much are you ahead? How much did you make? You're going to see videos on my website where you've won $24 a minute, $300 a minute. It is so hot, it just keeps going and going and going. Well, that's $144,000 for an 8-hour day. When's the last time you worked 8 hours and made $144,000? It's proven. It's in my videos. You can see the start time. It's a YouTube video, and YouTube, as you know, has a little red line, timeline, across the bottom. You can look down, so the red line's halfway through. I'm halfway through this video, 24-minute video. I'm about the 12-minute mark. You can skip along my videos and click it about every quarter inch, half inch, every 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you want, and watch the chip balance. I show you the chip balance, win or loss. I got nothing to hide. And you'll see it go up, $100, $200, $300, $400, $500, $600. Then you'll see it go back down to $1,200, $1,100. Then you'll see it go back up to, it's a cycle. Everything in life is cyclical. And, what I would suggest is that you get on up there when you got at least 50% or more right quick that you earned of what you sat down at the table with. Let's say $1,000 and you're betting $100 minimum. Get up and leave. Just get up and leave. Because, if you sit there, the cycle's going to pull it down. With my system, you may go back down to flat where you were, but you know what? The guy 2 doors down is down $2,800, and you're still at ground zero. You haven't lost anything. That's probably a better and bigger part of my system than the winning. But look, we minimize loss. We basically eliminate a loss, as in winning their money, and give up a very small percentage when the storm hits. Okay? That's all it is. And there's a lot of things that I do and I employ in this system to protect your money and know when to run after it. We don't get crazy. We don't see that the table's hot and go from a $100 bet to a $2,000 bet. We don't do that. I know how to do that. I've done that. I won $22,000 on July 7th of 2007. One shoe at the Beau Rivage. $21,000 in one shoe. So there are good runs, and that's what we're looking for. And my whole system searches for that good run. Enough of me talking. I'm going to add a little clip following what I have right here. It's from the movie Casino. It's pretty cool. It's put in here to remind you that they're after one thing, folks. Your money. Go with Nuke and save it. Better than that, win. Win big. I want people making $1, $2, $3 million a year. Tell me it can't be done. I proved it. Hang on now.